Hey everyone, today I have this super fresh faced, pretty neutral look inspired by Diana Vickers in her music video for Music to Make the Boys Cry. I really love the song, and the video was very fresh and like innocent looking, and so I thought that that's why they did their makeup this way. And I was imagining that this would be a really great look for back to school time, just a really nice fresh look that you could wear every day if you want. And also, it's going to be very easy to build up if you want for day to night because it's very basic, and you can definitely add more to the crease if you want to dramatize it. And I am using colors from the Naked palette from Urban Decay today, the first one. As I said before, I don't actually have the palette, but I own a lot of the colors from other random palettes, so I am using all Naked palette colors today to create this look. So if you want to see how I do it, please stay tuned. Okay, so for my base, I didn't want anything colored that would mess up the color on my lid or the crease, so I took a basic neutral. This is Barely Beige by Maybelline. It's a color tattoo. This one's not made anymore, but they do make one called Barely Branded, which is very similar. And then also, even better would be like a paint pot, like Painterly or Soft Ochre by MAC, because they're matte, so they won't add any shimmer to your crease at all. But this is all I have, so use what you got. And now I'm going in with my main color, and I am starting with this today because it's basically the majority of your look comes from that, and it's Urban Decay's Buck. You could also use Naked, but I think Buck's better for this because it's a little darker and a little warmer, which kind of seems like more like what she had going on. So that's Buck right there. I started in with a pencil brush, picked up some, and what I'm doing, I'll let you see the clip because it kind of shows it better than I can explain it, but I'm taking it along my lower lash line and then pulling it up as if you're making a wing. You know how people always say go from your lower lash line? That's what you're doing with your eyeshadow today. So I'm pulling it up, and then I'm going to slightly bring it inwards. Not too much. You don't really want any of this color on the lid because it is a it's a nice contrast, so just put it out there and then slightly bring it in towards the lid. I also went ahead and took this color on the inner bit of my crease. I didn't really go in the middle of my crease because it's going to open up your eyes to kind of more darkness on the outer bit and the inner bit, so I put that on the inner bit just a little bit. And then I went ahead and blended that out. Very important to keep this nice and soft looking, like very fresh, as I said. So I'm going to blend that out, and especially on the bottom, to really smoke it out down there. And then after I did that, I built a little more. So it's kind of a process of add a little, blend it a little, add a little, and that's how you're going to make sure that you get a finished effect that you like. So you're not just slapping it all on, blending it one time. That's not going to give you quite as smooth of a look. So just go ahead and build that up. For my lid color, I'm using Sin by Urban Decay, which I'm going to go ahead and pick up Sin. And I'm using a fluffy brush today because I didn't really want to pack on and get it super frosty. I just wanted a light wash on the lid. And you could also use something along the lines if you don't have the Naked palette, which if you're watching this you probably do, but if you don't, you can use Kitten or something. It's just one of those pinky champagne colors. And I'm just going to fluff that all over my lid to get a nice brightened effect on there. Okay, and then I think at this point I added just a little more Buck on the outer bit. It's, again, like I said, a process. You kind of go back and forth. So I added a little more Buck, blended that out again. And then taking that same brush I used for Sin, I took a color called Toasted, one of my favorite colors, always been my favorite. Whenever I looked at the Naked palette before I had any Urban Decay eyeshadows, I always looked at Toasted. It's just a bronzy with a pink tone. It's a bronze with more of a pink tone. So it's going to really tie together Buck and Sin. So what I'm going to do is just pop that kind of, where I put Buck, only on the top. Actually, I put a little on the bottom, but mainly on the top. And I'm going to pop a little right in here, right between Buck and Sin, just to blend them a little, and I'm kind of fluffing it towards the lid because her lid is not super light like Sin, so I wanted to kind of add a little depth. And then I also went ahead and popped it just a little on the inner bit, just to add a little sheen. And then I also took it just on the bottom, on the right below my pupil. I just thought it'd add a nice sheen. I don't know if she did this, I just wanted to. Once again, blend it out. Now my last step for the look was to take my finger in with Sin and pat a little just right again, right above the pupil to really open it up before I went in with liner. Now the liner, the only liner I'm using today, you can use a nude on your waterline if you want. I personally didn't look like she did, so I didn't. And then I'm doing a little bit of a brown liquid liner. It's not as harsh as a black, but it's still going to give you that definition right at the lash line. So I'm taking, I love this liner. This is the L'Oreal Lineur Intense, the one in Earthen Rock Brown in the gold package. And I just think this is such a pretty color. It goes on really nice like the carbon black one, but it's a lot softer, so it's a lot better for day-to-day, I think. So I just took that right on my lash line, only getting slightly thicker as I went out. Nothing crazy, just enough to add a little definition, as I said. And then with a look like this, you want your lashes to look nice because they're going to be the darkest part of the look. So it's L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black Waterproof for me today. Put a little on the top as well. I did on the bottom. You don't have to if you're really trying to keep it soft. Then that's a way to soften it up, is to not put it down there. But I really like the look of mascara down there, so I went ahead and put that on. And that's all for these super simple eyes. Now for cheeks, I wanted to get a nice glowy look. When I'm wearing less eye makeup, I think a glowy face is just so nice. So I took Lou-manizer by the Balm. Looks like that, if you haven't seen it. And what I like to do with this is I just apply it and then blend it out with my powder brush, because I don't want it to look intense, but I want it to give it like a wet look to my skin, which this will do if you blend it out properly. And then I took my brush that I used for my powder earlier and buffed it out. And that's all for that. Now as far as blush, you can opt for a nude blush, but I'm just going to use a bronzer, which I had already put all over, but I just popped a little more right on the cheeks to really make sure they were nice and bronzy. This is NYC Smooth Skin and Sunny. It's a really great bronzer, and I just popped that there. Now the lips, you can literally do whatever lip you want for this, but I just wanted to go with hers, which was a soft pinky nude. This is a really pretty one, and it's super moisturizing, great for every day. This is the L'Oreal Caresse in Sheer Linen. Just pat that all over my lips. And that's the finished look. Okay, so that is my finished Diana Vickers look. I just think it's so pretty for day to day, and I obviously always love to use my Urban Decay eyeshadows because they're awesome and they cost a lot, so it's good to get use out of them if you're going to spend the money. So I really hope you all have enjoyed this look. I think it's great for back to school, like I said. Next time I have another dramatic look, so I'm kind of throwing this in the middle here to balance it out. So I hope you all enjoyed this. If you did, be sure to like it below, as well as subscribe to see more from me, and also you can comment, you know, get it going down there in the comments. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a great day, and I'll talk to you very soon. Bye.
You can reclaim